What is up, everybody? Circleflex is here, bringing you the second replay of this week, which is a tier 8 medium contest. We are in the Pershing, the M26 Pershing, driven by Airforn. I'm just gonna call him Forn from now on because it's a lot easier. From the Kitty clan, and also what a clan name! What a clan name! And we are on Tundra Standard Battle in a tier 8 game. So pretty damn nice matchmaking here. There's only about 5 tier 8s in this game, so it's pretty damn good matchmaking. We are on Tundra, and where do you go on Tundra with a Pershing? You go for the hill. But then you realize that the entire enemy team has also shown up at the hill where you were just there with an SDA-1, a Bulldog that's about to die, a Chevy, and an SU-100Y. So yeah, this is gonna be a bit painful, but it is an excellent spot to put a Pershing. So he's being really careful here, putting a nice shot in the 5100 there. The accuracy of the Pershing is alright. The Pershing is kind of like one of those tanks that I should really play more. Like I feel like they're always pretty good. And kind of like the tier 9, the Patton as well. It's just an excellent tank, and you don't really see him too much because they don't really shine in too many things. Like they're usually pretty mediocre, and but the alpha and the guns is usually pretty good, and then the accuracy is kind of meh. And what also is the thing about these tanks is that the gun mantlet or the turret can be pretty troll. Outside of the if you're hauled down in these, and the gun mantlet is pretty big considering the rest of the turret, so you can have some pretty okay bounces on that gun mantlet there. So all hell's broken loose now. The 5100 just charges in, pretty much kills himself and takes our STA-1 with him. FCM shows up with full health. That was an awkward bounce there, but so does the FCM. KP85 shows up, VKP shows up, and like I said, the armor on the Pershing is not that great. It's mostly just the gun mantlet, and you can maybe troll some lower tiers with your upper frontal armor. My English, so good. VKP shows up, bounces again. That's pretty lucky. I feel like the VKP could find a Pershing relatively easily. Takes him out and doing 1500 damage. Now, if we take a look at what just happened, pretty much they're all on the hill. And if you take a look on the mini-map here, let me just make it a little bit bigger. The rest of the team is pretty much over there. T-150 and a Rheinmetall, and there's artillery. And almost half the team is pretty much dead already. So let's do it. As you always note, he also lost half his health already and did 1500 damage. Takes out the KV-85. FCM is still there, obviously a pretty big threat. Pretty similar tanks as well, the Pershing and FCM. Again, a pretty good bounce on there. Just angling his armor just at this right time. And bouncing the shot. He tries to do so again, and doesn't make it happen. So if he didn't have that awkward bounce in the beginning, FCM would have already been dead. And he would have gotten away from that last fight there scot-free. But he took another hit, so he's on 457 health. They still have the hill. And it's looking pretty dire. We got 4 kills, 2200 damage. And now the Cheeto shows up. It's obviously just a tier 6, but the Cheeto actually has a pretty damn good gun for its tier. But even that one bounced off his gun mantlet. So he's making excellent use of what he's being given here. He has to make his shots count and also make the most use of the cover that he has. Kills the Cheeto. 3035 shows up. Pens 1, I think, maybe even 2. He's on 80 health now, and it's 9 against 9. So the teams kinda are similar right now, and Forn has been taking quite the beating here, but also having 5 kills, pretty much carrying this entire flank. That was just crazy lucky. The Stuart Mill with crazy gun depression could have easily hit his engine deck there, but hit his gun mantlet again by the quick reaction time from Forn. 3075 shows up. Now that's one of the tanks that is almost never a threat unless you're on 80 health and you're in a Pershing. So here's quite lucky. He bounces 2, or 1 goes into the gun. The T-150 dies and now gives him an excellent cover here. Not wanting to show too much, again, the 3075 just bouncing off his gun mantlet here. and takes him out. So that was quite lucky, because if the T-150 did not die there, chances are he would have been dead by now. I do believe the guy on the hill got taken out by, I think, artillery. And so now Vorn goes back to the base where the 12T got last spotted, so that's just the 12T there. The Tiger 1 is really far away on the 1-2 line, and it's on full health. We still have a T-43 and the M12 alive. And the enemy team also has the Lorraine, so pretty much anything can still happen here. 12T is on low health, an easy one-shot. Make sure to aim a longer time there than usual, because obviously his gun did get damaged there with a 1375 a bit earlier. Takes him out as well, now on 7 kills and almost 4k damage here. Now, I think Vorn here decides to hunt for the artillery instead of engaging the Tiger. Tiger obviously has a really good pen, which, excuse me, should be able to take Vorn out relatively quick. But the T-44 is still on good health, as you can see here, so he should be able to take out the Tiger, or at least do a whole lot of damage to him, together with the artillery. And I think Vorn, in the beginning there, wanted to go for the artillery, but now decides to go and help out this T-34 buddy. Artillery just fired a shot, as you heard in the background, hitting the Tiger. The T-44 finishes him off. Now the T-44 could have maybe even been in trouble there, because the Tiger DPM is pretty damn good. But with the help of artillery, he was down. Now I am gonna speed up this replay a little bit, because obviously I already watched the replay, and it's gonna take a while before they find the artillery. Right about here-ish. So he's obviously looking in this spot, because that's pretty much the last spot that you can look, because the T-44 is looking at the K1 and 2. And he's not here at all, and then he shows up in their own spawn. So that's RT on artillery there. You can't really see what's happening, but the Lorraine takes out our artillery and is still alive with about 100 and something health. So again, I'm going to speed it up a little bit, because there's nothing really exciting happening right until about this point. That's the Lorraine. Broken gun. Tries to take the shot there, but with a broken gun at that range, and with the super Pershing accuracy already being not the greatest, that was not going to hit. Maybe with some Supreme Esports luck he would have had that shot, but not today. Lorraine shows up again. Pershing obviously has pretty damn good view range. And takes him out for the 8th kill, and that is the game. Obviously, pretty damn well played. Pretty much took care of the 890 line here, almost completely on its own, with a little bit of help from artillery every now and again. And with a bit of luck, he actually took care of that, pretty much the entire flank there. And then finishing off the game looking for artillery and also killing the artillery. So, pretty nice game there. Let's take a look at the post-game stats. Post-game stats here from Vorn. Obviously, Bastard Badge, Bradley Walters, even a Steel Wall and a Spartan, and a Defender for killing the 12T in his own base. Obviously, the Top Gun and a High Caliber doing over 4k damage here. 1450 base XP, 6 medals, 8 kills, details results. He only made 17k here, but that's because he's using the Cola consumable for minus 20k. So without that, he would have made a fair amount of money there. Without premium, he actually would have lost a little bit. So that shows you how expensive it is to run tanks with that consumable, because it's always every game minus 20k, because it always gets used up, unless, unlike, I should say, let's say the automatic fire extinguisher. If you don't go on fire, you don't pay the 20k. So over 4k damage, making almost every shot count there. Even block by armor 2300 on the Pershing is pretty crazy. Like I said, against lower tiers, and the gun mantlet can be pretty troll, and in this situation it certainly was. With premium, he also got almost 2200 base XP, and it actually was a ×5 event going on, giving him over 11k XP. Pretty nicely played. Hope you guys enjoyed this replay. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. As always, you can check if I'm live streaming right now on twitch.tv/Zircon. And if I'm not live, you can always check out my other YouTube videos. But in any case, guys, hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.